Okay, so I was looking at this video on YouTube of a tractor spraying a crop, and obviously now that is done by GPS and um, or some kind of GPS guidance system, and they don't really need to worry about overlapping or anything of that matter. So I just thought I would quickly draw something here and basically just show you on paper what we do, and then I'll make a later video on exactly how we do it when we do it, which is going to be still in this week. So if I can just get the thing to focus here, there we are. Okay, so this is my tractor. Yeah, I know it looks like shit, but whatever. Rear wheels, front wheels, and this is going to be the lines that the tractor's tires are going to cover, and then this line down here and that line down there is going to be the lines that the boom of the sprayer is going to cover. Now I have a 700 liter 10 meter boom spray. So basically if I'm going to start my first line, my fence is going to be right here, basically, I can say, and I'm going to spray my crop however close I want it here. Then from there I'm going to measure from that tire to the end of where the stream of the sprayer stops, because basically if you have a fan nozzle, which is basically your nozzle like that, like so, and it's spraying a fan pattern like that, and it's basically going to cover like this. You have other nozzles as well, like hollow cones and things like that, but that's not what we're going to use to spray at this stage. So basically, if you spray the first line, then that's where the boom starts and that's where the boom ends, and that's the line that ends in. And you can see there's a little gap here, and that is basically going to be an overlapping gap. So I'm going to measure from that tire to wherever that fan, because the further your boom is from the ground, the larger surface area that nozzle is going to cover. So you need to set that precisely where you want it to make sure that you cover everything. Then you measure from that tire to wherever that stops, and say that going to be in this stage 3.5 centimeters. 3.5 centimeters, say this is on really small scale now, 3.5 centimeters. In my case it's going to be probably between 4 and 5 meters between there. That's basically what it's going to be. And then when I'm finished with this line spraying this piece, now I'm going to turn around and I need to go on the next piece. But if you don't have some kind of line you need to follow, then you are going to overlap, and maybe overlap here and then go past, and then maybe miss a piece and go over, and that you missed there and that you overlap is wasted money, which you overlap here, and then there where you miss, you're not going to cover your crop or whatever you're spraying. So this is the boom on the next line. This line here is a line that we put in the field. It's basically a thin rope which has a kind of a tent stake type of thing here and there at the back, which we pound into the ground, which is wood or metal, and we pound that into the ground and we pull that line tight. So then basically, after we've measured all this out, taking from that tie to the end of the boom, taking it twice from there to there, plus this distance this way, you are going to cover your section of boom. And then you have this line and this line, which is the line with the arrows, the line of the old boom, and this one line of the new boom, if I can call it that. So then right here is going to be a little bit of overlapping, and that's nothing to be worried about. Actually, you need to have a little bit of overlapping to make sure you cover everything, but not going over the line or something like that. Anywhere in here, in between these two lines is fine, but nothing inside here. So then I basically just take my two tires, right tires, and I go down straight with that line all the way to the bottom, and then I'm basically taking that same boom width just to the other side from here to here, and then spraying it all the way down. And then you're just going to basically take this line and put a couple of those lines in your field exactly where you want it, and how far your boom, how long your boom is, and whatever you're spraying. If I'm spraying corn, it's basically going to look like this. Now this is just a rough sketch, it's not very precise, but if I'm spraying corn, it's not such a big issue of putting lines down or ropes. You can just follow the rows. So basically you're going to have your rows, which are these little lines here, and then you need to make sure that your tires are inside of those rows of corn. Then you're just going to count from there to there how many rows are in 10 meters, and you take your wheels and set your wheels in or out on your tractor if you can do that. On my tractor I can, so then I set them in or out to cover that. And soybeans is a whole nother story, but it's probably going to be the same type of spacing type of thing. You just need to set your wheels again, and you do exactly the same on this side. So basically your rows are just going to carry on here, and you just do the same thing. So then you just count your rows, and then every certain number of rows, your right tire or your left tire or whatever needs to go between those rows. And that's basically how we do it. This is if we spray something like a Roundup Turbo or something like that, which we put down before we plant, which is going to be this week. I got the stuff ordered, and they just haven't delivered it yet. And then I just quickly want to tell you about the nozzles. These are flat fan nozzles, and they basically just cover a line like that. this is looking from the side. And as I said, the further your boom is from the ground, the larger area it's going to cover, because it opens up like that. And then you have a hollow cone, which is basically a spray pattern like this. Looking from the top, it sprays right around in a circle. And if you look from the side, it's basically going to look the same, but it's not the same. So basically, when you have a crop growing, say here, you're not just going to cover it over. You're going to spray in front and behind it, and way on the sides, and cover the whole crop. And this is when you are spraying for any kind of worms or something like that. Then you use a hollow cone nozzle. But anyways, I just thought I would tell you what we do with it. And if you like this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.